Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Nearing Perfection and the bowling series Road to 300, where I'm bowling twice a week until I bowl a 300. This week was a little bit better. I feel like I was more comfortable with the ball and spin and everything. The guy next to me was really good at bowling, and I think that helped to see him and kind of play off of it. I know I didn't start strong because I had a gutter ball here, but I promise you, this game and my last game of the day were a 147. Middle game was a 120 something. But much better day. I was putting some good spin on it. I got a spare there, even though it should have been a strike because that should have been my first bowl. But I was overall feeling good about the day today. I was getting good rotation on it. I feel like my footwork was consistent with what it was last week. Really good ball placement and stuff like that. So, it was a good day at the alley. The guy next to me was really fun to watch. He was really good at bowling. And, a lot of good insights from him. That one right there should have been a strike. I'm just saying it. What the heck happened with that ball? Or that pin, I mean. Why did it not get bowled over? I'm really enjoying this series so far, so if you are too, remember to drop a follow here. And if you want just the short format, it's always good to follow along on TikTok and Instagram, Nearing Perfection. Always comment your thoughts and opinions and any ideas you have for me on how to get better averages and better games in general. That last one should have been an easy spare, but somehow I didn't. I lofted it too much, so it had way too much behind it, and then I didn't have enough spin on it to get it back over once it got clear of the oil, so it was a little rough. Another strike. I don't know if I'm going back to what my initial form was, if I'm straying away a little bit too much from the traditional form, but it's whatever I did was working. I feel like my ball form is good, but also I think it could be more smooth throughout the whole wind up and everything. I feel like I'm still not carrying that momentum through as much as I should be, and maybe that has to do with my timing on my walk up, because I feel like maybe I should be starting back a little bit further just because I run out of some space there. So I might try that in the future. But overall not bad. Got some really good bowls like that, chained together some spares and strikes. It was a good day. Bowling, had a lot of fun. It's always cool to bowl with somebody who is also a good bowler, and so it was fun to watch. We were kind of just trading off, going back and forth. I do need to get my own ball though, because these house balls are getting a little old. So I might go get a ball here soon, and then I'll let you guys know what I get and how it goes. And you'll obviously see me play with it and see how it improves my game. I know if you go to pro shops, you can get some of them have a series where you get a deal where you get a ball and shoes and stuff, a starter kit. So I might have to do that. That was just a bad bowl. That last one should have been a spare. I need to get better at my spare game, but it's okay. We're working towards that. We're always improving. That was a bit of a crazy bowl. I think I might try to bump up the weight of my ball a little bit next week, just because I feel like I'm throwing this one around a little too much, and I think a heavier ball would help it stay more central. So we'll see how that goes if I do that next week. Stay tuned, next episode. Thursday. Next episode will be out Thursday, so make sure to tune in for that. Good pickup there, good placement. Bowling ball could have maybe been a little more left, but I feel like it worked well for that. I got the spare, and that's all that matters. But there's always places to improve, so it's good to talk about it. Again, I just feel like that's so far over. Like, yeah, it has good spin coming back, but it's a little too far over. So I might try to bump up the weight of my ball next time for Thursday's episode. I felt really good about it overall, and I had some really good spare pickups like that. Once I got into a groove of it, which is always nice. It's good to chain those together. And I said it before, but I feel like it just gives you so much confidence when you're able to like see what's going well and like chain together a good score and see the score going well. Barely hung on there. Yeah, the two-handed bowler RPM has saved me a few times, just because like that should not have come back like it did. But when you got good rotation on it, it works well for you. But then you do something like that and it doesn't work well for you. Yeah, that should have been a spare, but it's okay. This was a 147, which is like tied with my best, so it should, yeah. If I can string together some more spares and strikes, I think it'll be a lot better, and that just comes with practice. But yeah, I do feel like I'm kind of going back to my day one form where I'm kind of stationary by the time I'm bowling it, and so I'm not carrying through as much momentum like I really should be. But it's okay. We'll bring that back. We'll get back to that eventually. Hopefully. And like I have good, like some bowls like that are good. That's so stupid. That should have been. I hate when you have like, you think you just have 2 pins there. There's really 3, and then the ball like only hits the front 2 and like splits them around the back one. It's so annoying. I don't really know how to not do that. Another gutter ball, pushing it too far, which is another reason I think I might try to bump up to a 13 instead of a 12. One, because that gets me closer to like what most like pro shop balls would be, and like pros like what they bowl with. And 2, because it's just like I feel like I'm throwing around the lane too much. Nice pick up there. I saw a thing that's called a wombat, I think, or a muskrat, something like that. Some animal, when you get a spare that's picked up because of a spare that follows a gutter ball that was bowled the time before. That was the last frame of the first game, and I almost got that strike at the end. That would have been so nice to string together, but still got the 147. I believe it was a 147 on that one, so that's good. Game 2, we're just going straight into it immediately. This guy next to me and I had a very solid rhythm going, so I didn't want to break that up by stepping out for too long, so I just kept going. I felt good about the rhythm I was in. Got this nasty split to start off game 2, so already there it was bad mojo from the beginning, and I couldn't convert it into anything better, but yeah, gutter ball. not where you want the ball at all. It should have been like way more left side to just barely clip that pin and convert. But that's a tough one to convert regardless. Like, even if I had placed it better, I don't know that I would have been able to convert that anyway, just because that angle is so hard to hit both pins. But I didn't have as good ball placement this game as the first and the last game, like on the lane. I was kind of off every time, not hitting the pocket as well as I should have. Head pin was left standing a lot, which is never a good sign for your bowling form and such. I should pick this up. This is an easy one, but I don't know if I do. There we go. That's one of those threes that I was actually able to convert this time. So we'll have to see how next episode goes and the episodes to follow. I think I will be getting my own ball here probably soon, maybe in like a week or two. Nasty split. Again, that's just like, I feel like that's just bad lane placement where I'm not getting the head pin, and so it doesn't, you're more likely to have a split if you're not hitting the middle and getting the head pin out of the way, just because it'll leave up the middle then, and then usually when you don't hit the pocket perfect, you get a side that's left up. Yeah, it was an okay bowl, but it really should have been more on the left side there, hitting like the opposite pocket so that it bounced the head pin over and got that right pin, and then took care of the two that would have been left behind on or the three that would have been left behind on the left side. Bang, nice strike after that trickiness. The second half of this game I think was better than the first half, which is good, I think, because it means that I'm kind of improving throughout the game. But yeah, I'm having trouble being consistent with like stringing together like spares and strikes, and then I get nasty splits like that, and it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to convert that? And I know that's no one's fault but mine, but sometimes the pins just don't fall the right way, which was true for the guy next to me. Oh my gosh, his last like 2 or 3 bowls, there was like the left corner pin was just left behind every single time. Like I felt so bad for him, because I was just like, oh, that's so sad. Like, yeah, he would have had some good bowls, but I mean, he did still have good bowls. He just didn't get like the strikes and the spares the ways he wanted them, which was just unfortunate. I think he left at this point. Our games were a little off from each other. But then there were these people on the lane on the other side of me. You'll see it at some point, but they took forever to bowl, and when they bowled, they would always, not a good one right there. Maybe the second half of my game was not better than the first half. Anyway, the people next to me, when they bowled, they would like stand up at the front of the lane and like make a huge, like, bend over and like wave, like make a huge commotion of like trying to like get the ball to go the way they wanted it to. And like, it was fine. Like, they're having fun. That's good. Like, that's what bowling should be, is like to have fun. But it was a little annoying, because it was like, well, I could have been more in a rhythm and like bowling more like the way that I normally bowl, but they kept just like standing up there. Unfortunate bowl right there. That should have been a pickup, but it's okay. I thought that pin was gonna spin around and knock it over, which is why I like looked back at the end, but nope, just a 9. It's still a good bowl, but I don't think you'll see it here, but oh, maybe a little bit, not a ton, but because it went gutter right away. Talking about the people next to me. Nice 9 right there, but I don't know how to pick up these left side ones. I think a lot of it has to do with like the hook that your ball has, and I know that like getting different balls, they have different amounts of hook. I think plastic balls like hook a lot less, and so they are kind of nice to have for like as a two-handed bullet. There you go, you can see her kind of like waving. It was kind of annoying and distracting. I tried putting the other spin on it, but yeah, I don't know, with balls this heavy it can be a little hard to do, and yeah, not like the best for your arm and wrist. So, but plastic balls, yeah, are used, I feel like, a lot more for that because they have way less hook than the non-plastic. So that's something I could look into getting too. It would just help my spare pick up a lot better. Got a nice strike there, but without that spare before, it is not doesn't do it justice the way it should have been. Here we go. Just I have some bad bowls like that where I don't push it far enough across the lane. I think I've talked about it before in previous episodes, but where it's just like so central, and then the RPM just drags it to the gutter before it can hit any of the pins once it gets out of that oil pattern. So just unfortunate placement of the ball as it leaves my hand, but that's a better bowl. Should have been a spare. Really should have been a spare, but I just don't think I had the right pocket placement for that. But it was a good bowl. Good bowl nonetheless. This was a great day in general overall for me. I was really pumped afterwards because the average for the day was just so good. Nice bowl. Great bowl from the get-go. From the release to the pocket. It was like picture perfect, really. Getting out far enough that it could come back and hit that pocket at the right angle, but then not too far that it doesn't come back enough. Yeah, just a great bowl. Great bowl there. We're getting to the end of the first game. That just has to do with angle right there. Like on that last one where I got the strike, it just didn't, or the spare pickup maybe? Is that what that was? Anyway, it didn't, this one that I just bowled didn't come out far enough. I think this is the last bowl of the game, and I try to put the opposite spin on it because, yeah, I still think it would be cool to learn how to do that, but yeah, it's just hard sometimes. But I did not pick this one up, even though I should have. But I had good reverse spin on it. Like it stayed on. I didn't just gutter it right away like I had before. So maybe I should keep pursuing it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if it's a good idea to keep pursuing the reverse spin or if I should just let it go. Game 3, we're on to now. Game 3 was another really good one. I had another 147, I believe. Which just, yeah, super fun, super nice to see that there's like some improvement, because like I think before this series, starting it off amazing by the way with a strike. But before this series, I think like my best was like a 120 something, a 130 something. Like I don't think I had anything crazy. And like it's cool to see the improvement that's been made already, and I think to get further, an important step is to get my own ball. But yeah, anyway, Great first two bowls. The second bowl was not amazing, a little too centralized, but still a good bowl. Knocked over a good amount of pins, and I believe I collected the rest for a spare, which is a great start to the game. If you watch TikTok, this is the one. Or if you're on TikTok or Instagram, this is the game that I bowled, that I put up on those. Yeah, no, I did not pick that up. I forgot that I did not bowl that the right way. I bowled it a lot like the first bowl of that game, which is good if you're like, it's good consistency if it's a good bowl, but when it's not a good bowl, it's like, yeah, I feel like sometimes my consistency is not the best, because like it's great consistency, but my form means that the consistency is not like the most amazing. But it's okay. We're improving little by little. We'll get there eventually. The day that I get a 300 will come. That's a great ball. Perfect angle to hit the pocket. Yeah, just great ball. Great recovery too, to come back from a frustrating like second frame where I didn't get the first ball I wanted and couldn't follow through. Broke the consistency streak of bad bowling to get a nice strike there. Another decent bowl. I just didn't have the same angle as I did on the last one, but I think I do pick this one up. This should be an easy pickup, especially for like a two-handed bowler spin, the amount of RPM. It should be really easy to get to that corner, and I've shown that it's really easy a few times today with some unfortunate bowls when they didn't need to go that way. So yeah, I picked this one up. Smacked in the center of the pin. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting the right form consistently and hitting the pocket at the right angle and everything. It was kind of packed when I went this time, and I think it's because I went a little later in the day. So I think it's important to try to go earlier in the day if I can, so that it's a more chill. I don't have to like have a ton of people on either side and everything. But great. I think that was a strike, right? Great strike right there. A spare followed by a strike is, yeah, great. Amazing points combo there. I mean, not as good as a double, but we'll take it. We'll take the points. Always good when we can get a lot of points by chaining some of those together. I think we're on the 5th or 6th frame right now. Another good strike. So that's spare followed by strike, I believe. You'll see the score sheet at the end, and you can tell me whether I was wrong. But yeah, had some good bowls there. I don't remember what people call that, like what is called in the bowling world when you go across the pin. I feel like some people say that it's like not a true strike because you hit the opposite side of the pocket and like didn't do all this and all that, and like your form wasn't good. But a strike is a strike regardless of where you hit the pocket. So that, honestly, I think I should have had a turkey there. But the pins were not having it. The angle wasn't right. But a great little middle sector right there. I'm a big F1 guy, so we'll just call that a purple sector 2 of this this game. If you know, you know. Should have picked that up. I did not. I lost my balance at the end, and so the ball slipped a little bit. And you see me look at my hand there. I like touched the lane. Not really what you're supposed to do. And I think another example of why I should maybe step my like walk up back a little bit so I can get better distance through it and carry momentum better. without doing something like that where I like almost fall flat on my face on the lane. There's the people next to me trying to use telepathy on their ball. It didn't work. Nice bowl there. Great movement, just not hitting the pocket at the right angle. Way too much on the head pin. I think this is the 10 pin. The right back corner is the 10 pin. But I can't pick these up. I think I try the spin again, and that was really good. It would have hit almost the pocket, I think, if it was a full bowl, but yeah, just not enough spin to bring it all the way back around. And part of that's placement. Maybe I should be starting further over if I'm trying to do that, but I don't know if that's even a good idea to try to do. Especially if I get my own balls that are heavier, and yeah. If I get more than one, like if I get a plastic ball, that would be what I would use for picking up spares and stuff, because it has less of that. It maintains less of the rotation, I think, when you bowl it. It doesn't get as much grip on the non-oil. So, we'll see. I also think that when I get my own, they'll give me just unfortunate placement. Couldn't get it there. But when I get my own bowling ball, I think they give you like a rag and stuff too if you get like an intro pack. I think that might be a game changer to get more of the oil off so that it has more of a hook when I need it, so that my consistency can be better, even better than it is. So that's good. Nearing the end of the game here, I think this is frame 10 right here. Yeah, not amazing, but it was a good day altogether. And I thank you all for watching, whether you've watched this whole thing. That would be amazing if you have, and I appreciate that you've made it this far. If you're interested in following along on the journey, follow along here on YouTube, and drop a follow for the Instagram and TikTok, and we will see you on Thursday for episode 4. Thank you so much. See ya.